Here with the fabulous Dorian Marie. Not only is she a singer-songwriter, she is an author, as well as a motivational speaker, but she is also an amazing and beautiful person. I've had the pleasure of knowing her a few years now, and it is my honor and privilege to be interviewing her today. Dorian, how are you doing?
I'm doing well. Thank you for having me. How are you?
I am doing wonderful. So, Dorian, inquiring minds want to know, who is Dorian Marie?
I'm the most authentic version of myself today. I have spent the last 3 years figuring out who Dorian Marie is. And now that I know who she is, I'm expressing that through my music. I'm expressing it through writing, through motivational speaking, because for a long time, I lived my life the way other people wanted me to live it, how they told me I was supposed to live it. But now I've been on a search and I have found out who she is, and I like her. I like Dorian Marie.
So, can you please explain to us a little bit about your artistry? Who are you as a singer-songwriter? What type of music can we expect from you in the future?
All types of music. There's no box. And that's also part of my journey, is getting out of the box. I was raised in the church. I sung praise and worship, and I led praise and worship for over 20 years, and I was in that box. But now that I've discovered who Dorian Marie is, I can sing country, pop music, gospel, R&B, neo soul. So there is no label. There is no box.
What can we expect to hear from your EP?
Most people would have expected gospel because that's what they've known me to sing. But this album is my heart. It is a reflection of relationships that I've been through for the last 2 years, whether it's romantic, love interest, friends, family. And it's part of my healing process of things that took place in those relationships. So each song is tied to a person, maybe more than one, over situations or issues that have taken place. And so whatever happened, I would either get off the phone or come out of a conversation with them, and I would just go write. Whether I was frustrated, sad, mad, happy, confused, that's what they will expect. Every single lyric has been lived out. Every single emotion has been lived out on My Other Playlist.
That's beautiful. So how did you come up with the name, My Other Playlist?
It goes back to, as I was saying before, the box that people put me in and that I put myself in. I was raised that when you're a Christian, you don't listen to other music unless it's faith-based, unless it's Christian. So that was me. But as I've grown and evolved and learned that you can enjoy all types of music, and it's okay. And so that is how I came up with the name My Other Playlist, that I have other playlists other than faith-based.
So recently you were performing at the Juneteenth celebration in Pearland. Would you please describe for us your experience on stage? How did you feel? What type of music did you bring? How was that?
Well, my stylist, Misty, at 3012 Fashion Ave, she calls it that I was performing backyard hits, backyard barbecue hits. That's what she calls it, backyard barbecue hits. And that performance was very profound for me because it was the very first performance that I've done since starting my music journey again. And she styled me, which was very important because it set the tone of who Dorian Marie is. Again, people have expectations of me and what they thought I should do, the music I should be singing, what I should be wearing. And I even asked her, I'm like, are you sure this is okay? She was like, you're going to wear that. And I'm so glad that I listened because it was me, it is me. I like it, I enjoy it, and that's what matters. And so I did have some comments, I did have people, wow, but that's Dorian Marie. So I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the community event itself, the people that were there. The band was awesome, and I really had a good time.
What role did your support system play in your life, in your current journey, and who you're becoming?
Okay, well, like I said, I left all social media. I really didn't talk to anybody other than my immediate family. But when I did decide to get back on social media, Jim Finley, who's my manager and also producer, he helped produce My Other Playlist, and also call him my music dad, he began to talk to me about music. Like, where have you been? What are you doing? Get your butt back in the studio. So he's been like my biggest support. He's been my biggest support in getting back into music and getting back into doing what I love to do.
What do you expect your listeners to get from your music?
reality. And it's also a message about balance, because people of faith, as I figured I can only listen to this type of music. I can't listen to anything else. But as people of faith, we're people, and we have real human relationships. And so when they listen to my album, they're going to hear things that they've been through, things that they're going through, things that they may even go through, and not just love interests. I have a song on there about a family member. I have a song on there about losing a friend. Definitely songs on there about love interest and things that I've went through over the last couple of years. So when they listen to my other playlist, they're going to hear themselves.
So Dorian Marie, you also have a book out titled Finish It. What made you come up with that title, and what can your readers expect from reading your book?
Well, the book itself came from Jim, my manager. He said, Dorian, people have a lot of questions about where you've been and what have you been doing. So he came up with the idea to do a memoir, basically to explain where I've been, where I am now, but also it's a real-time journey of me starting music again back in November up until today. So what they will get out of the book is they will see the whole process of me recording this EP, the struggles, the joys, the highs and the lows, the times where I was on the floor crying my eyes out, not understanding what I was doing and who I was, and trying to figure out how was I going to do this as a single mother. You'll also see in the book some of my journal entries from the time I started this whole process. He said it'll be a good idea for people to see everything that you're going through to create this EP album, the highs, the lows, everything that I've been through. So in the book, Finish It, I talk about where I've been, why did I stop doing music, why did I turn away from love. I have a section in there about my love life. So if you want to know what's going on in there, you just have to read the book. It talks about why I chose to transition from singing just faith-based music to the music that I'm singing now. And I do also talk about my spiritual walk, where I have evolved and things that I have changed in the way that I think and the way that I believe. So I came up with Finish It because of all of the different projects I've started before that I did not finish, that I ran away from, that I quit. So it's like, little girl, you need to get in there and finish it.
So would you say that that is one of your goals, is to impact your audience and allow them to, in a sense, heal while you're healing and feel while you're feeling? And is that one of your, would you say that that was one of your goals?
That is the goal, because I'm still healing. And as I was recording the songs, I was healing. And when I say this book is written, the book Finish It, it's tied to the album, my other playlist, because I was going through what I was going through as I was writing the songs and as I was recording them. There were some times I just did not want to record it because I didn't want to go back to that. So yes, that is the purpose, is to bring about healing. And that is also what encourages me to sing this music versus just sticking to the gospel genre, is because it still heals and it's still love music. And relationships are relationships. They're between people, and we need to heal. We need to forgive. We need to ask questions. There's one song in there I ask, was it a mistake getting involved with you? Was it a mistake to do this? I ask a lot of questions. I'm confused. It seems like you feel this way about me, but I need you to tell me. It's another record. It's called Tell Me. So yes, that is one of my goals, is to bring healing. Also to cause people to question and to reevaluate relationships that they're in. Is this the right relationship for me? Why am I experiencing this? And so I believe they'll get answers and clarity through the record.
Beautiful. So what advice would you give to someone who wants to follow in your same path?
Know your package. That's something that I came up with just for myself. Know your package. We all have a package that we present to the world, and we need to know what we bring. You can't be compared if you don't put yourself in a position to be compared. If you're your unique self, if you're your authentic self. So I had to know who I am. I've been labeled, a black girl that sings like a white girl, yet I can sing in Spanish, and so that's me. I can't do what other artists do. And so if you're starting on this journey and this is something that you want to do, know what you do and you do what you do instead of trying to be like somebody else. And another important thing is to surround yourself with the right people. I am blessed to have the team, from my stylist, my makeup artist, to Jim, even my daughter. She helps out a lot. She's right there, my little sidekick, my baby twin. Surround yourself with the right people. My hairstylist, people that want you to win. people that do not have ulterior motives, people that are also gifted. And so even you yourself, working with you, being surrounded with the right people who are not trying to get something from you, who are not trying to make a name for themselves. Because like my manager, Jim, always tells me, when you win, we all win. And he always tells me every time we talk, I just want you to win, friend. I just want you to win. I think he ends every conversation, I'm not gonna cry. I'm not. I'm not gonna cry over Jim. I think he ends every conversation with, I want you to win, friend. I want you to win. Because he's been there even since 2013 when I tried this whole journey before. He helped me record a song called Let Me Be. And he's always believed in me. He's always encouraged me. So you have to surround yourself with the right team.
So what are some of the challenges that you feel like you've had to face in your musical journey as well as your journey as a published author?
Singing. Singing, period, has been my biggest challenge, especially with this EP because I had stopped singing for so long. And I don't know if I said it earlier, but I hated music. When I say I hated, I didn't want to hear it. I didn't sing it in the shower. I hated music because it was my heart for so long, and I could never, ever fulfill the wishes and the dreams that I had for music. So when I started last year, I said, I can't listen to gospel because I don't want to be reminded of failure in the church. I can't listen to R&B and all those other types of music because you're not supposed to do that. So I'm gonna listen to country. So I started listening to country music, and my daughter would look at me like, what are you doing? I'm like, what you know about Brett Young, girl? So we would listen to country music just so I could hear music, but I just wasn't ready to heal those areas. So singing itself, finding my voice again, because it's a muscle. You don't use it, you lose it. And I'm still working on finding my tone and not just singing the way the church had me singing, but this is a whole different ball game. You have to be on your game when you're singing adult contemporary music or pop music. In the church, they'll let you slide. But here, you will become a meme real quick. But so I think just singing, and even sinus, I had a lot of sinus issues in recording this album, and just a lot of just physical things that were going on. And again, as a single mother, balancing, how am I gonna pay for this? And how am I gonna take care of my household? But those are the main three challenges I would say in recording this. And as far as the book, I love to write. I write every day. I write about my feelings. It heals me when I write. And so just the financial hits that took place over these last 6 months in completing everything, but again, I finished it.
I want to know, and I know everyone is wondering as well, what is next for Dorian Marie?
The release of my new single, You Thought, as well as the entire EP, my other playlist, as well as the book Finish It, and they do go together. It is the album and the memoir that go together. Also, June 30th, I'll be in a play, and it's called The Perfect Marriage. It's presented by Healing Hearts Network, and it's written by Barbara Starks, and I'll be playing myself, Dorian Marie, inside of the play. So that's June 30th at 4:00 p.m., and you can go to my website for the information at iamdorian.com.
Okay, and do you have an Instagram or Facebook that you'd like to tag? We would all love to follow you and see what you're doing on a regular.
Yes, I am at iamdorian.com on Instagram and iamdorian.com as well on Facebook. Yes.
Okay, wonderful. Well, it was so great sitting with you today. I was so inspired by our interview, and it was so wonderful getting to know you.
Yes.
I look forward to seeing what's going to come up next.
Thank you so much. I'm so glad that you invited me to come.